How's it going, everyone? It's Vivi and welcome back to some more Spyro. So a user who goes by the name GamerSplash posted some footage of the panel of Spyro at the previous Comic-Con at San Diego. Now I'm not going to show the footage in full, I'm just going to talk about a few clips here and there. So yeah, if you want to watch it in full, the link of the video will be in the description below. So the video starts with the Spyroscope. Pretty much this huge map which is placed over an emulation of the game. It has to do with like gem placement, jumping, flying, enemy locations, treasure chests, and all that kind of stuff. I did talk about the Spyroscope in the past, so I'll just leave it at that. While they were talking about the Spyroscope, they showed footage of Dry Canyon. The skybox, now although the quality's not the best, we can see a bit of it. Now the Gnorc Musketeers, they went from yellow to green if I'm not mistaken. This is Dry Canyon. If you pay close attention, stopping the video right here, it seems like they still have their muskets. And their shield, of course. So, I don't know if this means they're gonna uncensor Twilight Harbor. Probably overthinking, but if they're leaving in muskets, what could this mean? I mean, they could leave the muskets and remove the guns, I don't know. But to me, it looks like their original weapon is still there in their hands. We have more of Glimmer. The cave looks fantastic, by the way. Of course the colors are going to be different. They placed a bunch of crystals, stones on the walls. The gem cutter looking adorable. Any flat rocky walls we had in the original, Toys for Bob decided to go with, you know, boulder-like walls. When attacking the lizards in Glimmer, just like the overall enemies from what we've seen so far, they really get launched like a projectile when firing. And once they hit a wall, they bounce back. We see it again here. Artisans. It looks so much better than the one we saw from the trailer and the screenshot. Much brighter. There's no red purplish filter going on. The sky is much bluer. Now the trailer one had a bit of that purple from the original, but really, looking at all of the colors they've used, the blue sky actually fits. It looks nice. I mean, even without the purple, it looks awesome. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, on top of the pillars on the right, when you're about to go to Dark Hollow, they added these spherical magical balls sort of things. Cute detail. Nestor right there. Okay, here's a concept that Toys for Bob posted a couple of days ago. Hashtag hat trick, a reference to the hat he had before. Yes, I still believe Nestor we saw before in the trailer was an early model. There seems to be this huge ongoing debate that the Nestor we saw before is not Nestor from, well, it's a dragon from, let's say, Magic Crafters. The actual artist, if you're not convinced, Nicholas Kole said the following about the concept he drew. Hatless Nestor, the first dragon you free in the artisan world, and a bushy eyebrow boy. I was all too happy to redesign. Not convinced? Okay. Do you know if the first Nestor we saw were just a placeholder model, or was it just the first idea for his redesign? I love this design way more. He replied by saying, Nestor's was a design that saw a few rounds of iteration to make sure we got him just right. So looking at the old one, that to me, reading what he said on Twitter, that was an old model. They were playing around after much feedback they received, they changed him. If you still want to believe that what we saw before was a dragon from a different realm, homeworld, well, go ahead. It's alright. We all have different thoughts, correct? Cliff Town. Is it me, or the shadows look less intense? I know the quality of the video makes it seem like it perhaps, but maybe they could have fixed it, because I know a lot of people said in the past when they saw the short clip of Cliff Town, the shadows were too intense. The fat ladies from a distance, they're too far to compare, but the overall color, it seems like they're faithful to that. Treetops, we've seen treetops a couple of times. Lofty Castle also looks different. The ground is more of the original, like pinkish color, instead of the dark we saw from an earlier build. As for the skybox, there's no white, right? The pink is much thicker, and instead of the white, we have blue. That's what it seems like to me. Twilight Harbor is so Ratchet and Clank looking. This bridge, this part of the level, I believe is right at the start. You can tell by the curb if you pay close attention. Comparing the two, here's a glimpse of the Dr. Shemp realm, Trondo, with the dagger. The dragons look so great, they're doing an awesome job. It makes me wonder what a game would be like, seeing more of them interacting with these dragons. I know there's a lot of dragons, but I'm just saying, imagine having a game where you have Spyro and Nestor walking. just talking about this threat, upcoming threat. I don't know, it's just looking at these dragons, the amount of detail poured into them. It's like, what would a game be like if Spyro interacted with them even more? The skybox, complete different color, we went from red to purple. The ESRB rating confirms that the mooning Gnorcs are indeed included. They haven't been censored. Let's read it. This is a collection of 3 platformer games in which players assume the role of Spyro the Dragon through a series of adventures. Players traverse platform environments, collect various objects, and use fantasy attacks, charge attacks, flame breath, to battle enemy creatures. Dragons, goblins, rhino soldiers. Enemies generally disappear amid puffs of smoke when defeated. During some sequences, Spyro can take to the air and shoot down enemy planes, resulting in large explosions. Some enemy soldiers comically taunt Spyro by exposing portions of their buttocks. Mooning. And here's a reply they left on Twitter. Well, they've gotta give the people what they want. If they are keeping in the mooning Gnorcs, this makes me wonder about the Rhinox from Frozen Altars. If the green guys are gonna moon, then I'm sure the Rhinox will as well. So for those of you wondering about the booty, yes, the booty is back. And for this video, guys, I think I've compiled enough information. If we do get more stuff, of course I'm gonna talk about it. And yeah, as usual, do your stuff, leave your questions, thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.